Yo, what's up, guys? We're live. We're doing another breakdown and prediction video. It's going to be UFC 325. So, we're going to talk about all the fights. We're going to give you guys some of the best bets that we got on every fight or on every fight that we have a bet on. So, what's up, Fitz? How you doing, bro?
Good, man. Happy to be back. So excited we got UFC back and back to back. I'm still gonna call them pay-per-views. I don't care, whatever. I don't like that whole numbered events thing. That's weird to me. But yeah, good card. We get to see a legend like Volk. Weird matchup in my opinion. Lopez obviously had a really good win over Gene Silva, but I would have liked to see something fresh and new. But overall, I think it's a solid card. We were just touching on it before the stream. Really, really strong main card, prelims or whatever, but I'm sure, down under the fans are going to be going crazy, even though it's probably like 6 a.m. local time. And I'm sure the fights will deliver. So I'm hyped. Had a really successful last week. Swept from Umar on every fight exactly with methods. So, brought home a lot of cash last week and looking to carry that momentum and really just dominate 2026.
Yeah, man. Same here. We actually last week it was pretty cool. I got first place solo on Topology. I got 11 out of 11, and then made
Wow.
pretty good money on bets. And then yeah, we won some money today on Fury too, which was good. So yeah, man, let's try to keep it going. But let's pull this up here and let's get into it. The first fight of the night, we got these road UFC fights. So we got Lawrence Liu versus Sulin Grombo in the first one. And what do you think about this one?
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a pass for me. I don't like this spot here. I think Lawrence Liu looks all right. Um, could have some value as a dog. I'm not going to chase it. Fighting at home, but overall, just a pass. I'm not overly sold on either of those guys personally. Um, yeah, I would say value is on the underdog, but just a pass for me this fight. I don't have honestly too much to say about it.
Yeah, yeah, I would say I like the Sulin Grombo side on this one personally. Just he's 20 years old though, and the one thing about Lawrence Liu is he has decent grappling, and I'm pretty sure he's training with City Kickboxing, so he's gonna have a good game plan. So I could see this fight going the distance, like at plus money. Honestly, I was originally kind of thinking Sulin Grombo by knockout, but he's 20 years old. He's not probably gonna have like his full KO power yet or anything, and he's not like a guy that KOs you with one punch. So I think if Liu could survive the first round, just kind of hold on and make it more like a grappling match type of fight, he could maybe last the whole time. So that would be the one thing I would look at. Like even what's his decision prop for Sulin Grombo? Like plus 200 or something, 190. I don't know. Yeah, plus what is it? Plus
230,
230.
200.
Yeah, so I think that's not terrible. And then the other play I think wouldn't be bad either is this Lawrence Liu guy. I mean, wouldn't you agree with me? Like, if he's going to win this fight, it's probably going to be from grappling. So, plus 2,000 or whatever on the submission. I mean, if you want to just take a stab on the fight, I think that's not a bad play either. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, I mean, no career submissions. He does have some good grappling though, so definitely, not the worst bet in the world at that line.
Yeah, and Wasso, I think it's at like 5 p.m. Eastern time start time.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so, and then, yep, yeah,
But
dude.
might start a little later with the fight cancellation. That was crazy. I mean, touch on it real quick with fucking Tao, however you say his name, cheating on
Oh,
the
yeah.
scales. That was pretty funny. I was
Yeah,
excited for that fight.
I wonder if they're gonna let him have another fight again because
No,
that was
he's
like,
he's done. I would
yeah.
almost guarantee we never see him, which is I mean, maybe they give him another shot.
The
But
only
he's
reason
still
why I think is just because it's that Road to UFC final. Because like, what do you unless you want to just let the other guy like give him a contract, and just say fuck it,
Yeah.
like. But yeah, that was crazy because even when they put him back on the scale, there was like pictures where he's like lifting his heels up or whatever. Like he was still trying to uh, cheap. But that's actually freaking Dan Hooker's like fighter. Like I'm pretty sure he like found him like somehow. I don't know, but they're talking about it this week. But yeah, we probably won't see him in the UFC again. But next fight here we got Kichara Nakamura versus Ali, and I mean I agree with the line on this one. I feel like this is a fight that either guy could win. It's a really close money line, plus 114, minus 134. Sazali, city kickboxing guy, but Nakamura, he trains at the good gym out there in Japan. I know he trains with Rinya Nakamura, that wrestler. So, but I feel like this fight, you look at it, Sazali, stance switcher, good striking. He moves around on the outside. I think he's more technical. Like he could win the minutes of the fight, but Nakamura is explosive, and I've seen him land like big knees, and he could hurt Cezali and like steal rounds with knockdown. So that's how I just don't really have a great read on who will win this fight, but I'm gonna say Cezali wins, like even split decision for either of these guys. Probably is like plus 600 or something, which I don't think is a bad play either. But I think it'll be a striking fight, and I'm gonna give a slightly into Cezali, but. Do you have a read on this one, or who you got here?
Yeah, not much of a read. I do believe Cesali though is training out of Luis Castillo with Salkiel though, not City Kickboxing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna rock with my boy. That's Quillen's my boy. I like that gym. I like what they're doing. I would love to see Cody Haddon fight in. I think he's coming back pretty soon. Wish we would have got him on this card. That would have been super exciting. Really wanted to see him beat up Malcolm Wellmaker, but you got a little off track there. But yeah, I like Seb here. Close fight though. These road to UFC fights, I'm going to keep it pretty short. I've been able to do some research, but I always like to see them in the UFC, just because you can watch them as much as you want on the regional scene, and obviously these guys had the road to UFC fights, but I do believe sometimes octagon jitters will happen to people, and some people just shit the bed in their debuts and stuff. So it's just hard to tell. One note about Seb though, he is fighting with Eternal MMA. That's a really good promotion. There's we've talked about it before, but the two big organizations in Australia, Hex and Eternal, and I think Eternal's success rate on especially Contender Series was like a lot higher from the guys coming from Eternal MMA instead of Hex. So I think he'll be the real deal, and I like Seb to get a decision win.
Yeah. All right. So next fight, we got Don Marfan and Kim Sang-uk. So last road UFC fight that we got on here, and two grapplers in this one, I would say more than the other two. So who's your pick on this fight?
Yeah, I'm rolling with Don Marfan. I like what I see. I think he's going to mix in the takedown as well, and I'll be able to get control time. Um, Another closely lined fight, though, so either side you're on, there's going to be good value. I think this fight probably goes over. I'm not sure what the line is. It's probably pretty steep. Um,
It's not crazy. Minus 195, but you know.
yeah, so I think that's how I would play this fight. Just take the over.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I know like quite a few people on came in this fight, and the line went way down. Like, I think Fan was over plus 200 at one point. So I kind of agree with this line more. I feel like he wasn't supposed to be that big of a favorite because his striking to me is terrible, man. Fan striking. So Kim is the better striker, and I think kind of more dangerous. But yeah, I don't really have like a strong opinion on this one, but I would say it's dog or pass, and I kind of do lean towards the over, but I think Kim at like plus 1,000 for the knockout isn't bad because I do think he has like good ground and pound. He can get in dominant positions, and I feel like he's more dangerous on the feet too. So I would lean more towards him, but that's probably going to be a pass fight for me. But yeah, man, getting on to the actual UFC fights. So the first fight that we're going to talk about on this is Con Offley and Yi Jia. So yeah, man, this is a fight where I don't agree with this line. I'm going to go with Con Offley again. And I know his last fight when he was fighting Ricardo Ramos, she was like similarly priced and bet on him in that spot, and he got the job done. And when I'm looking at this fight, you look at Yi Jia, I feel like he is definitely the better striker for sure, but he's not a mover. He's not someone that's going to be hard to find for Offley. He likes to sit in the pocket. He likes to exchange with you with the long 1-2s and stuff, but I don't see him running away and, pulling Offley into strikes like we saw Myron Santos. Even Naimov was good at that. And when Con Offley can get on the inside and get connected to you, the guy looks like he's pretty freaking strong. Like he can bully guys, he can throw them to the mat, he can get on top, and he could take the back from standing choke out a black belt like Ricardo Ramos. So Yijia, I've watched a lot of his fights where he's just getting taken down real easy. He's getting put on his back, and he has good jiu-jitsu. I mean, he's gotten a few arm bars and stuff, but I mean, I don't see him arm barring Con Offley from his guard. If he does, then it'd be kind of an embarrassing loss for Offley. But I think the guy can go out there and push the pace on this dude, put him on his back, out grapple him, put him in some dominant positions, and get the win. He might even be able to get another submission. So I just lean more towards Offley here. I mean, the guy's getting a fight in Australia. He's going to have the crowd on his side. If it's a close enough fight, and I just don't think Yijia's like a crazy power hitter where you could expect him to get knockdowns or hurt Offley and really differentiate himself that much. So I just feel like he's going to accept bottom position and, believe in his grappling and kind of just lose the minutes in this fight, and Offley can get this decision win. So I'm going to go with the underdog here. I'm going to go with Con Offley. So who's your pick here in this fight?
I'm a little surprised. I feel like you like these Chinese fighters a lot of the time. You pick them a lot. I like Offley. I don't know. I had him in his last fight. I think I took first round submission too, so I did really well. And I definitely thought he would beat Myron Santos. Coming off Ultimate Fighter, he was kind of my guy from that season. I think he's a little undersized for the weight class, and I think that comes back to bite him at times. I'm gonna rock with Iza. I think he's gonna do a lot more damage on the feet. This is, a guy who I think has made a lot of strides in his game, was able to go the distance with Gabriel Santos. That's very impressive. And he's someone I think, 31 fights into his career, 29 years old. He's kind of going to be in his prime right now. Awfully, I think, proved in his last fight that he can compete in the UFC. He can, exploit people. He can come in there with a good game plan. But I believe Iza is going to be well rounded enough to stop the takedowns, and he'll be the much more dangerous striker.
Gotcha.
And I
So
mean, we're grading damage versus control these days. We're yet to see. I mean, we kind of saw it with the Italian Rose fight, but we'll see how judging plays out this year. But I mean, if you're picking who's going to do the more damage, I think the side has to be Iza.
Gotcha. So, yeah, next fight we got another close one, man. Jonathan Mikolaf versus Oban Elliott, and who's your pick in this fight?
I really like this fight, kind of like a grudge match. Jonathan Mikolaf was really upset with how things played out. Obviously, this was scheduled like late last year or summer last year, whenever the last time they were in Australia was. I think Oban said he caught the flu or something. It was like a very last minute cancellation. Obviously disappointing. Speaking of disappointing, Oban Elliott in his last fight, he dropped the ball, came in as a heavy favorite and got dominated. Let up a lot of takedowns, and Mikolaf, coming off Contender Series, was looked at more of a grappler. I believe he got a submission on Contender Series. His last fight was mainly striking though against Kevin Jusay, and this is another guy, Mikolaf, I had as an underdog in his last fight. Did really well with that. He looked good. He was blasting the kicks. I'm gonna switch it up though, and again, whether it's gonna haunt me or not, I'm gonna fade one of my guys. I'm gonna go Oban. I'm a big fan of him. I think this is a buy low spot. We've never really seen him in this price tag in his career. I think Mikolaf just might get figured out here, if I'm being honest. I know he is getting in really good work. I believe with Robert Whitaker, so I'm sure his game is kind of leveling up. But if he comes in with the game plan of just trying to blast those kicks, I think Elliott's going to be prepared. And he was getting like judo thrown. Oban Elliott. It wasn't like he was getting taken down from shots. They were like trips and stuff. So I would hope he's made adjustments, because Mikolaf can definitely hit some trips. And if he gets on top, that's the recipe to win in this fight, in my opinion. from both guys, honestly. I can see Ovan using his wrestling as well and testing the jiu-jitsu of Mikhailov. Um, I would not want to see Mikhailov if I'm betting on him playing off his back. I never really like to see that, but we'll see. He does have dangerous submissions. I think he won on Contender Series from a triangle choke, if I'm not wrong, or an armbar. Yeah,
Yeah.
triangle. So we'll see, but I'm going to go with the underdog. I think this is a good buy low spot. I'm really high on Oban Elliott. I believe his last fight against Ko, he just ran into someone who's really really good, and we're gonna see that as Ko's UFC career plays out.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of agree. Originally, I was going back and forth on this fight, and I was curious to see like how Oban Elliott looked at the weigh-ins, if he was going to make it to the fight week and all that. Because last time he pulled out in like the middle of the week for this Mikhailov fight, like you were saying, that's why Mikhailov was kind of mad about it. But I mean, Mikhailov, the guy, who has he really beat? He beat Kevin Ducey, who's getting knocked out of the PFL. Like, so I don't really think he beat a great opponent. And like you said, he was just really he won that fight off that left body kick. And the one thing that you could say about Oban Elliott is when he fought Bissell Hafez, who's southpaw, he was able to switch southpaw and throw a lot of calf kicks, and that takes away the body kick from Mikhailov. So if I'm Oban Elliott, I mean, dude, just switch to southpaw, keep it on the feet, pressure this guy. It doesn't seem like he's really a good boxer, Mikhailov. He throws nice straight left, but he needs range to kind of throw that punch. So if you crash into him, go southpaw so he can't body kick you and use his best weapon, and then you're able to negate the clinch and not really engage in that, I would say. Or if you do get on top and put the guy on his back, don't go to your back. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. That's why I'm liking the Elliott side. And yeah, man, I kind of like Elliott via decision, but I don't think the knockout prop is a terrible play either, because I went and looked. I saw that Mikhailov, he got KO'd as an amateur, and I've seen him get rocked in other fights as well. And we saw Oban, get a KO against another southpaw already. So I wouldn't be shocked. And yeah, like Brock Lesnar's chin is saying, Mikhailov is a kick merchant. Yeah, basically his last fight, to me, he won off the body kick. So we'll see if he can mix it up in this one. I do think he's pretty physical as a grappler too, but I kind of like the plus 110 side. So we're both on the dog in that one. And yeah, man, next fight, Jacob Malkoun versus Therese Finney. Um, I don't know, Royal Rumble fight here, WrestleMania, because, dude, I mean, Jacob Malkoun, I went back and watched his fights. Like, this guy has probably the best single leg in the fucking middleweight division, dude.
It's
He's like,
nasty.
he's
It's
getting it on
nasty. He runs the
everyone.
pipe,
It's like, what
snaps
the
him
hell? Like,
down. And good
it's
luck
like,
taking Torres Finney down, though.
that's it. But
That's going to be a tough thing to do, man.
the only way, the only way I could see him taking him down, if he gasses, yeah, like late. But if
Yeah,
Finney,
that's the one thing I'll say. I mean, I think this. I personally, I would advise you to bet on Malkoun. I can't do it because I love Finney. I know he gets a lot of hate. I think he's hilarious just to look at. So I'm a big fan of him. I think I love how UFC gets behind these weirdos, and these weird
they need
guys,
to
and they become like,
re-sign William Knight to fight Finney, dude.
yeah,
For
he,
sure.
that's crazy. William Knight was a unit. But yeah, maybe you look at live betting Malkoun here. That's what I would suggest because I think Finney does gas, and we'll see. Maybe he's gonna look like DC.
Yeah, he did go to DC's camp for this one. So, but man, I mean, the one thing I'll say about Malkoun too is the guy hasn't fought in like 2 years or a year and
And
a
he's
half.
coming off a big injury, no?
Yeah, he had like a bulging disc in his back
I
that
mean, back surgery.
he had.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we're going Finney, baby.
But yeah, he had surgery on that, and then I guess it didn't really work as good as he wanted it to. So he had to. I don't know if he had to have another surgery or just like intense rehab, but he's been out for a long fucking time. And I mean, the one thing with Malkoun is he's better on the feet, he has better cardio and better jiu-jitsu, but this fucking Torres Finney guy just could maul him. But man, with Torres Finney, dude, why I would just pass this fight, man. like the Robert Valentine fight. He has like 14 minutes of control, and it's a split decision, dude. Because he throws like 4 significant strikes in the whole fight. So if he takes down Jacob Malkoun is doing nothing, the judges could go any way with the decision. You know what I mean? Especially in fucking Australia. So I don't know if Malkoun comes back and looks like he did like versus Brendan Allen. Do you think
Yeah,
he could take
he
down
gave.
Finn?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's going to be tough. You're not going to hit a double leg. You're not going to trip this guy. But I mean, the one way you take him down is snatching a single, and that's Malkoun's specialty. But I don't know. I feel like Torres Finney is so hard to take down, man. That low center of gravity, the long arms. He's just a freak. The strength.
Dude, I think
But I
people
mean,
got a
the
good
one way
run
you take on Finney.
on the plus 210. I mean, now it's plus
Yeah.
125. But like, if you
I
got
mean,
like,
I don't hate. I wish the line was a little higher, but the Finney knockout is calling my name a little bit.
you think Finney KO, it
I
could. I
mean, it's
mean,
just a
if
that's just a fun bet to have,
what's the
you know.
plus 575, plus 600?
And
Yeah.
maybe Malkoun's completely, 2 years away, coming off back surgery, fighting the goat.
You think Malkoun could get the hip KO again, the iron hip KO? Like,
Dude, that was a. I think Petrosky threw that fight, dude. I was there. It was in AC, and funny enough, for whatever reason, where we were sitting, it was like the fighter's family section, and he just comes back to the fight after and is just hanging out like nothing happened,
yeah,
like
talk
chilling
about
with
that
his.
motherfucker throwing a fight, dude. I think he threw the fucking Kip Roston
Well,
fight.
we'll
It's like he,
fucking. Meanwhile, you're telling me Ralston's coming into the fight hurt. You're like Hammer
yeah.
Petrosky.
Dude, I mean, he was. I'm pretty sure he had an injury, but Petrosky went in there and got hit with the jab and just felt like he got hit with a fucking anvil to the
His chin
face.
sucks.
I mean, I feel like he might have took a dive with that one. Who knows? But I mean, let's
I
talk
mean,
about
that's a
this.
win that is aging really well for Finney. He
Which
he
one?
beat he beat Cam Ralston in his
Oh,
second
Cam.
Contender Series fight,
Well, we're
and
about to talk
Ralston
about.
looks like a savage.
I
Yeah,
think Cam Ralston's a bum, dude. I mean, I still hate on this
really.
guy. I'm still not a fan of this guy. I mean, I feel like his
You
striking
taking Cody?
history. I want to pick Cody Brundage. I am gonna bet. I'm gonna bet Cody KO round 1, just because I think
Huh.
it's a fun bet. And dude, I think it's like it could happen. But
It's parlay Torres KO and Brundage KO. Yeah.
but I'm just not a fan of Ralston, man. I watched quite a few of his fights. Like, I feel like his striking is not that good. Like, I'm watching him get clocked by these regional guys, and he's having to resort to these like shitty single like takedowns and laying on him. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's gonna eventually get exposed really bad and like fucked up, and he's gonna be a big favorite like this. It could be this fight or the next fight, but I'm just not sold on this guy. I feel like his takedown defense is not good either. But with Cody Brundage, we all kind of know the deal with this dude. It's like if he doesn't get you out early, he's gonna try to find a way out. He's gonna weasel a win, or he's gonna quit and take that finish loss, or just go to his back and fucking just wait till the fight ends. So he's a bit of
After
a
that
quitter.
fucking Eric McConaughey fight, I will never bet on Cody Brundage again, ever. Mark my
After the,
words.
but that fight, I mean, a lot of people said he won the fight, though. A lot of people are
I
saying
don't
that they
care.
thought
He left
Brundage
it way
won.
too close. That guy sucks. I would fucking pick the Bolivian guy over this guy, Cody
McConaughey, dude,
Brundage.
he did decent versus Bisinger,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Like he didn't do terrible.
Beisinger's another guy who fucking sucks.
You think Bisinger sucks?
No,
They
he's
should
he's
do.
very young. He's 24 years old, so he's gonna be a beast.
Well,
But
I mean, dude,
he's
I will
not
say
all he's not all he's hyped up to be though.
he's not Killian Salkeld yet. He's not. But no, but dude,
Who's the
Cody
first
Brundage.
person on to interview him?
Yeah, I know that was sweet, dude. You gotta see if he will come on again. But Cody Brundage, freaking, he did good versus Mansoor. I will say that, like, he didn't quit in that fight. I guess
Yeah,
until
he did look good in that fight. This
and
guy
then
just has the weirdest UFC career ever, though. If you look at it,
yeah, he's not. I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and advocate to fucking put your bankroll on Cody, but I just feel like Cam Ralston, he's one of these guys where I think his stock is really high, but he's not. And Mills, who's the main event on that card, the UAE Warriors card? But boxing is better than UFC. Yeah, I'm excited for that shit, dude. Tio versus
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
or
We're
versus
rocking with
Shakur. I mean,
Shakur here, baby.
yeah. I'm thinking about Devin Haney because his brother got in that fucking brawl today. Did you see that?
No, I
Uh,
actually didn't see
at the
that.
weigh-in. Yeah, like his brother was like talking shit to some other fighter, and there was like some big brawl with his dad was there too. Devin's dad. Oh, Tom Breeze versus who's Kyle? I don't just like I guess I'll have to look at it. But yeah, man. I'm gonna pick Brundage first round KO just for the shit of it. But I guess you're gonna go Rouston by finish. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would have liked a better price on the submission line, because I think that was sneaky, but it looks like people are pretty wise to that. So I don't know. It's kind of tough to pick an outcome here. Might have Ralston in some parlays. I I never like to go against one of your dog picks, especially someone I'm looking to parlay. That's never a
Well,
good
this isn't like
sign. But
I'm not gonna pick him as like a
well,
money line.
You picked Brundage, you
Yeah,
picked him.
yeah. I
So
picked him. I'll stand on it. I picked him. I picked him. Fuck. That sounds so bad when you say you picked Cody Brundage, but
could
yeah,
be
I'm off the.
worse.
I can't pick Cam Ralston. I don't like the guy. I just don't like his style, so I'm gonna pick against him until he loses, especially at big price tags like this. So, and I think Brundage may
I'll go knockout.
knockout. So it's like plus what that price?
Like
Just to,
180. It's ugly.
yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, I feel like that if he wins, it's like that's most likely what'll happen. But yeah, this next fight, man, really crappy fight here. Billy Alacana versus Junior Tafa. Not sure why they keep Junior Tafa in the UFC. I mean, this guy pulls out of so many fucking fights. It's like, but they keep him around. I guess this Australia cards maybe he has some sort of fan base, But I think Billy, if he's smart, he's gonna just take this guy down and sub him. I think that's a good bet on the card two first second round sub because we saw him early, like when he fought Bogdan, he took his back right away. So if he respects Junior Tafa's striking like that, he could take him down, I think, and get to a dominant position and get the finish. Um, he got the submission in his last fight on that Kevin Christian guy, so that's kind of what I'm thinking here. And even on the feet, I think Billy could win, but why would you want to do that? Like, why are you going to want to strike with the guy? I don't think he has crazy power, so he'd probably have to elongate the fight and shit. Like, just take him down and submit him. So, you got Alicana sub. Where are you going here?
Yeah, I'll go the conventional route. I think he's gonna sub him. Just don't get lulled into a firefight, man. Don't try to put on a show for the fans. It's tempting. I'm sure part of him wants to go in there and swing and bang and prove, that he can hang with someone like Tafa. And probably should have watched a little more of his media, see where his mindset's going in. But I would imagine he's looking to string together some wins. And like you said, against a fairly high level fighter in Bogdan, a dangerous striker, he did go out there and in the first round looked good. Obviously Bogdan turned it around and subbed him in the second round. But
Yeah,
come on, the game plan's right there. If you're getting subbed by Tuco Turcos,
yeah, and
Elikana should be able to handle business here. But we've also seen
Billy.
Elikana kind of drop the ball even in wins. That Evo Aslan fight was
Well,
almost
that
as
was
bad as
all.
Cody.
He
That
was
was
like a
horrible. That's the
he
worst
was
fight
like
I've ever
a
seen in my
plus.
life.
He was like a plus 250 underdog, and he won
Well, I had
though.
Evo, so for me it was horrible.
Yeah, well, I'm just like
They
that.
threw how many strikes? 6?
But it wasn't Billy's fault. Billy won every round. He's just like, well,
Because
if
he
this guy's
outstruck
not
him
gonna,
5-4.
yeah, because Evo wasn't gonna. If Evo's not gonna do anything, Billy's like, okay, well, I like that because to me that's like, well, he just
You
risking
liked
it.
that. You liked that fight.
Well, I like the way that he fought in terms of if I'm
You
gonna,
liked the performance. You thought that was a
yeah,
good Come on, man.
he
Let's be
won
serious.
easily. Like he didn't take any
It was
risk and he won the fight without taking any damage. You thought it was 30-27. I'm pretty sure, wasn't it? Like I don't unless it was like a split. I thought it was an easy win for him. But I'm pretty sure. And then his next fight versus Christian, he killed the guy that was like less dangerous. But either way, I mean, this fight, I think we both agree that he should go out there and get the sub. But I was gonna say another thing is training at this um, jiu-jitsu gym in Vegas, like with Marcelo Nunez and these other heavyweight grapplers. So you know that he's probably doing a lot of grappling rounds as well. So yeah, I feel like he's gonna get it done. But first fight on the main card here, we got Australia versus Australia, and in this next one, Jamie Malarkey versus Killian Salkild, and pretty crazy line at this point, minus 1,000. But yeah, what do you think about this one? You think it's going to be the knockout, or you think Malarkey could do something here?
Hell no, he's not gonna do shit. I love all the love Quillen's been getting. He's fucking super mainstream now. Super for happy for him. He made time for us, went on the channel, so that's awesome. I wish him always, be in his corner. It, sad he's not getting to fight a minority here. Has to fight one of his own. So he was going down as a minority killer for a while. I thought that was a funny bit. He's gonna knock Jamie Malarkey out. Even in Malarkey's wins, I don't think he's looked great. He gassed out really bad in his last fight, kind of just survived. Quillen's gonna find the chin and put him to sleep.
Yeah, and I mean I think pretty much everyone's leaning that way when you look at the price minus 130. So
The money line is insane.
yeah, the one thing I will say, like with Jamie Malarkey, is I might bet the over in this fight. I still think he'll get knocked out, but you look at the plus money. Malarkey's had a lot of UFC fights. He's fought like a lot of great, like really good
Yeah, I
strikers.
like that. I like that too. I'll be on
It's
that
in
too.
Australia. I'll say too. Malarkey's 3-0 his last 3 fights in Australia in the UFC. So he's pretty good. Over there, he's probably gonna have a decent performance, and I think he actually is faster than Salkild. Like, so if he wants to run away for like a round and like use his footwork and shit, I think he could kind of be fairly evasive. But it's just when he gets caught, I don't know if he'll be able to take it. So you could get burned on that. I mean, maybe he'll get hit with a big head kick early or something. But I think the over is not a bad play, honestly. And I think that Salkild will get the knockout. So yeah, man, if you like that, I don't know. I'm about to see real quick. Him round two is plus 275 on one book. I mean, I don't. That's not great, but it's it's not bad when you're looking at a plus 1,000 or minus 1,000 money line. So yeah, that's kind of what I would lean on it, but it's pretty crazy. He opened it like a minus 850, so he's definitely like getting a lot of love because Malarkey's been in there with some like not terrible fighters and done decent. So but yeah, we'll see if Salcode gets next if he can run through Malarkey. But next fight we got Tai Tuivasa and Taliesin Teixeira. Uh, did you see the weigh-in where Tai like
Yeah,
barely made 265? He looked like he was
fucking
like
15 pounds of water weight. Yeah, he looks like shit.
it was funny. I saw someone they put like the TJ Dillashaw like that clip where he's like going down to
Going
125.
underwater.
They're like Tai Tuivasa's weight cut that. But I mean, one thing I will say, dude, is like it was funny too. I was watching this roundtable thing. It was like Dan Hooker, Volkanovski, and Ty, and like Alex asked him because Ty said he quit drinking. He's like, "Oh, for how long?" And then he's like, he started laughing. He's like, he said something like he's like not that long or something. So I don't know what that means, but but he's probably I can't get
He
a
quit.
read.
He
Like,
quit drinking on fight week.
yeah, it's like, is he just coming in here for one payday? And even if he is, it's like at heavyweight, that's the one division where you could do that and maybe fucking get some fluke KO. And I just don't like Taliesin Teixeira. We don't know anything about this guy at all. Like, he's knocked out a few bumps. He knocked out Tafa in like 30 seconds or just the Tafa. It's like, so he could do that to Ty. Maybe he'll go out here and like blitz him and KO him in 20 seconds. But the one fight where we saw him like take any shots back, he got dropped. Even though it was an early stoppage, he gets dropped in like what 10 seconds. He got dropped by Derek Lewis. How long was that fight? Like 20-second fight. Like it was
That
not
was
very
a
long.
hilarious fight.
So so
This is
it's
gonna be
like,
funny.
yeah, Tuivasa I think could easily go out there and catch him at that price. I think it's like you got to bet him or you got to pass the fight. Like, how the fuck are you going to be betting Teixeira minus
minus
350.
300.
Like, you really think he has that kind of implied value, or you kind of think Tafa has a chance, or Tuivasa has a chance here?
I'd lean more towards Teixeira than betting on taking a shot at Ty, and who knows? I mean, never forget how he looked against Cyril Gahn, and he's knocked out tall guys before. I think he knocked out Struve, right? So he's had success, and I mean, he knocked out Lewis too, and that's his last win. But I mean, being away from the game for so long, I don't know, man. I think Taliesin Teixeira is going to take some things from that Derek Lewis fight. I would hope, if he's anything, he would learn from that. Don't get fucking baited in. And I think he's going to put Ty away probably round one.
Well, I get that, but I mean, dude, I'm looking right now. The longest fight he's ever had is 1 minute and 57 seconds. So
That's crazy.
I don't know how much you could learn. You know what I mean? It's like the fight with Derek Lewis was a 35-second fight. So to me, that's a shit show fight. Like, who knows? But Ty's coming in there fucking straight out the nightclub. So we'll see if he'll get fucked up early. But yeah, someone I think is going to get finished in the first round. I don't see how that fight gets extended, man. I mean, minus 267 to get out of round one is minus 375 on bet. That's a pretty crazy line. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just, bet on Ty for having a great night, and you feel like he might get lucky, man. Who knows? But this next fight, a real fight here, a good fight. Mauricio Kufi versus Rafael Fiziev. And I would say Fiziev, at least before the fight started, he's kind of stolen the fight week. He's came in, he had the fucking best performance at the press conference, I'd say. He looked cool at the fucking face-off. I feel like he's...
And the open workout, too.
Yeah, he's coming with a good vibe. He looks way bigger than his last fight. Like, he's definitely on the juice or something. So I think he has a lot of confidence here. And Hoofy, man, it's hard for me to gauge him. I was like, a while back, if you were looking at his IG, he's posted a lot of weird-ass shit on IG, like about like the Epstein files and like fucking Jews and all this bullshit. Like, he's like posting like how they're like ruining his fight weeks, and like it's like, what is he talking about? So he was kind of out there, and then he's like, now with Volky fucking shaved his head and all that crazy shit. Like, I don't necessarily know if
his hairline was fucked. The hair needed to go.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's probably why him and Gene Silva don't get along anymore, because Gene, is very fond of.
I think it's because he went to Volk's camp. It's 145,
Yeah.
I think that's more why, but yeah, maybe it's because of that too. But either way, I mean, he's just kind of like, he took the loss, and he's kind of like an eccentric type of guy. Like, to me, it's like a Diego Sanchez type of fucking guy, where it's like, you don't exactly know how he's going to look. But, yeah, it's going to be a sick striking fight. Fiziev's been mixing in the takedowns a little more, like versus Bahamondes. And I feel like Fiziev's in a good spot here, though. Like, he's training with good guys right now at Tiger. And, I mean, I get that he got caught by Mustafaev with that spin kick, which was a long time ago, which a lot of people were kind of referencing that with this fight. But, man, I think that's kind of I don't think you could say it's a fluke, but I don't think it's going to happen again. I mean, the guy is great with his kick defense. He's defended like almost every other head kick he's had against him in the UFC with that fucking Matrix shit. He has great checks with all his kicks.
We're gonna see some cool fucking Matrix leanbacks in this fight, I think.
Yeah, so I feel like Fiziev, if he could defend the kicks, he has better hands. Huffy, he has that good straight punches, with the angles and stuff. But if Fiziev can get on the inside, he's gonna let the numbers go. We saw with James Yontop, he landed like 90 significant strikes to Hoofy's 67. And
Yontop's a punching bag, yeah.
Yeah, but he still, I mean, he landed 90 strikes on Hoofy, which I don't think that's a good sign. Like Fiziev, he could definitely go in there and put the volume on him. And, yeah, I mean, I think Hoofy's going to have a chance at the start of like the first, second, maybe even the third round early, like first minute and a half, 2 minutes where they're maybe feeling the range. But I think when Fiziev gets inside and starts ripping combinations and stuff, I think he can get takedowns too. If he gets a takedown in the first round, you could see Hoofy kind of mentally break. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, with the Benoit fight, I just don't think that was a good performance at all. Like the way that he just quit in that fight. So even though Benoit's a beast, but still, like, yeah, I'm leaning towards Fiziev in this one. I know a lot of people are going with Hoofy, but I'm gonna say Fiziev gets the W here. He bounces back and just shows that he's still a pretty high level guy. I get that he lost to Gaethje, but no one else has really beaten him outside of that loss and the Mustafaev loss. I get the Gamrot loss was an injury, so yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Fiziev here. Who are you going with?
This is a tough one. Probably, this and the main event are really the two ones I'm still going back and forth on. I really like the over here. I like the fight goes to decision. I don't really see a finish going either way. I'm pretty confident this fight goes to decision, so that's how I'm going to play it. And I mean, it's a decent line, -150. So I want to know what's your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I like that. I was looking at Fiziev by decision as well to bet that. Like, I saw him at +200 on one book, so I think that's like a decent play as well. But yeah, I like the over. I feel like for Hoofy to win, like I think he needs more of a finish type of performance or like multiple knockdowns. Like, do you think he could win the minutes in the fight, or you think it'll be Fiziev like being the minute winner?
I mean, I think Fiziev is going to try to get takedowns.
Yeah, like versus Ignacio.
Yeah, exactly. And even versus Justin.
Yeah, but I think he could do fine on the feet too. Like just,
I
but
mean, of course, this guy's, world class kickboxer.
yeah,
It's tough. I mean, gun to my head, I've really been back and forth on it all day, and I love the energy Fiziev, and he looks great. Oh, it's just hard for me to pick against Hoofy when I was so high on him, but mm, I don't know, man. It's really tough. Take the over. If I'm forced to pick someone, I'll still go Hoofy. That's subject to change. So if I fucking send a parlay with Fiziev in it, I don't want to hear any shit. Um, because we'll see. Sometimes I just need to sleep on these things and it'll come to me. But this is, not a confident play. It's such a close fight either way. But I do the over is something I have targeted all week.
yeah. I like that too. I like that you like the over because I kind of more like Fiziev, and I'm worried like if he loses, it'll be like just like a flash knockout. So if
Hmm.
it goes to decision, I kind of feel good about it. But yeah, man, co-main event time. Benoit Saint Denis versus Dan Hooker, and yeah, I mean this line stayed pretty steady throughout the week. I think Benoit he was like a plus or a -400, so it's come down a little bit, and I think it's still a little wide. I feel like Dan Hooker, man, I'm not gonna pick him in this fight, but he has like a really low stock right now because his like I've heard people say like his grappling is pure shit and like all this stuff. Like it wasn't that long ago that he was stuffing all of Gamrod's takedowns and getting the decision win on him. And you look, he's only been submitted by Islam and Arman in his UFC career. That's it. Those are the only two guys that have submitted him. So Benoit, he's a great grappler, but I don't know if you could put him on that same level. And I do think he might struggle to get takedowns. So I could see this turning more into a striking fight. But we saw Benoit in his last fight, man. I mean, the guy got a knockout at 16 seconds. And I know with Benio, that's kind of been his thing where he's had like 3 or 4 losses really quick, like Alexander Hernandez, the Arman Sarukian, Benoit. So if you can catch him early, it seems like that's kind of one of his weaknesses for Benio. But either way, he's shown power. He's got knockouts with a head kick and with a left hook and a right hook. So power in every shot. And I feel like Hooker's kind of chinny now, man. I mean, he's someone that comes forward. He's a warrior. He's like great cardio, so he could bounce back. But you see him getting rocked in every fight, dropped. I mean, Arman was outstriking him as well and hurt him on the feet. So I think Benoit might have to make it more of a war. Like if he's stupid and just shoots a lot of takedowns early and gets tired, Dan Hooker could end up being live here, man, or run him into a knee or something. But he needs to, be smart, pressure, try to not be a crazy brawler, but put the power on Dan and then fit in the takedowns if he can and find that finish, which Benoit's finished every one of his wins, so if he wins, he's probably going to get the stoppage. And yeah, man. I mean, you think Hooker has a chance here, or you got Benoit inside the distance?
I got Benoit inside the distance. I think I actually lean knockout. I know most people are thinking submission. Dan, of course, always has a chance. He's a dog. He's been in this spot before. He's fighting on home turf. But to me, right now, BSD is looking like a killer, man. He's really come back after that really bad performance against Moicano. And I mean, this
Yeah.
could be a sick fight. These are, in my opinion, two BMFs, two of the toughest guys in the
Yeah.
UFC, like easily two of the toughest guys in the UFC. I just think one guy's in their prime right now, and that's Benoit Saint Denis.
Yeah, and the I'm seeing plus 400 at one book for the knockout, which
Yeah, I like
one book
that.
auto, which that's a good bet there. Because I think, like I said, Hooker's only been submitted by Arman and Islam, so I think Saint Denis has probably more knockouts as well in the UFC than he does submissions. So I think that's not bad, and I don't think Hooker can get a sub either, but I will say I could see him like forcing more striking with the guillotine because we saw Dustin Poirier. I mean, dude, how many guillotines did he freaking shoot versus
Hmm.
Benoit? And he reversed him like several times off the guillotine. And Dan Hooker, he arguably has a better guillotine than Dustin, you know? So I don't think he could hit it necessarily, but he could maybe force some more striking where you have more chance to like cash that knockout bet. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think Hooker as well. He's gonna send it in this fight because why would he come back? He said that he broke it. He said he broke his nose at the weigh-ins too,
And the
and
way,
I
and
was
yeah,
like,
this is, and he did get tagged in that fight too. He
it was
definitely,
only a couple months ago. So
yeah,
I get
very quick
he just
turnaround.
he just wanted to fight at home for sure. You think that's why? But
Yeah,
either way,
exactly. You don't know how many he has left.
he could get his nose freaking broken like in the first exchange. You know what I mean? And kind of be done for the not done, but hindered for the rest of the fight. So.
You've seen BSD too, though, where a lot of damage. So
Yeah, yeah. If it becomes a crazy dogfight, I mean, then it's like 50-50, dude, because you can never count Dan Hooker out of that type of fight. But yeah, hopefully it does become that because that would be fun to watch. But last
yeah,
fight, we
these
got
these last three fights are going to be sick. I think we're gonna get a real treat with the top of this card. Very top heavy card,
yeah,
but fun
dude,
fights throughout.
and hopefully Salkill can get another high. I mean, all five those last five fights, they all have like, I guess the Fiziev Fufi fight is probably not going to get finished, but it'll be a sick fight. But the other four, like, they have a decent chance to get a finish with the even Volkanovski versus Lopez. I think there's like if Diego wins, there's almost like definitely he's going to get the finish, you know. So on one
Knockout, I would
side, there's
say.
a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, I'll let you go ahead on the main event: Alexander versus Diego, number two. First one, I'm pretty sure you were on Volk, and it was an easy fight for him to get the job done. So good read the first time. So I know you said this was one of your hardest predictions. Are you going to roll with him again, or are you going to go with Diego here?
It's another one, back and forth. I don't think I can go against Volk, but something for whatever reason my gut is telling me Diego's going to come and knock him out. Um, but I don't know if I've ever. Well, I definitely picked Taporia against Volk. Outside of that, though, I don't think I've ever picked it against him. Honestly, had him in all the max fights. Had him against everyone else. Oh, Islam. I forgot about that. Had Islam.
I picked against him a couple times. Bad picks. I picked him against him when he fought Yair and when
Yeah,
he fought freaking Chad Mendez, which he got dropped by Chad. I remember I was excited about that shit, but yeah, my bad.
yeah. Um, yeah, I, I'm gonna play it safe and go with Volk. If you're betting on Diego, I will say to just take the knockout. I mean, Volk is pretty much, in my opinion, the most unsubmittable fighter we've ever seen in the UFC. Um, but he is chinny and he's getting older and he's doing so many other things, man. He's in that new Street Fighter movie. He does the cooking with Volk. He knows this could very well be his last fight. Diego is a young, hungry challenger who knows this could be not his last fight, but his last realistic chance at a title for years. If he loses this, he's not going to get a title shot anytime soon. Barring some crazy stuff happening, and or he goes on a crazy streak. And, never can count someone out like Diego Lopez, but he's going to the back of a line of a very stacked featherweight division. So, and I think he learned a lot from that first fight. I think he's going to make this a crazy fight. I think he understands that he's not winning a decision. He can't outpoint Volk. He has to knock him out. And
Yeah.
if that's I was Diego's coach, and he's Diego's a coach himself. He's very smart. He's very invested in the game. He knows how to win fights and how to game plan. His game plan needs to be to go out there and knock Alexander Volkanovski out unconscious.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, to me, I think that's his best chance to win is just go out there and try to make it a war from the start, back up Volkanovski, but he has to cut the cage off better, man, because you could tell in round 4 he did do that. He went for the knockout, and he just was not in range. He was not able to cut the cage off. So to me, I think cutting the cage off, which is going to be hard to, you know, get that down in 9 months, but he has to be able to back up Volk somehow. Because the one, like, couple times he got him backed up near the fence, like when he dropped him, Volk was right with his back up against the cage. So that's when he's going to have the best chance to land on him. But I think, honestly, I feel like what Diego is going to try to do early, and I don't know if it'll be a mistake or what you think about this, but I think he's going to try to wrestle hard early. Because I saw he went to Oklahoma State for like 6 straight months. He has a wrestler from Oklahoma State in his corner for this fight. Like, why would that guy be in his corner? He's not an MMA fighter. So
They
I
do a
think
lot of work though with the.
yeah, but I'm saying, like, he's only going to be able to teach him or coach him through wrestling stuff in
Yeah.
the fight. Like, I don't think he's going to be talking about the striking, So I think that's part of the game plan, which if Diego can get a takedown, I don't think he could sub him, like you said, but we saw versus Gene Silva, he did so much damage with one takedown that he changed the entire fight. Like, he destroyed the guy's face with elbows with one takedown. So that's how he could change the dynamic of the fight to me is if he can get an early takedown, do some damage, then Volk's probably not going to be moving around as much on the outside and is able to kind of pick at him from distance. Diego can maybe back him up and land something big. But do I think Diego's going to improve in wrestling that much in 9 months to take down Volk? I don't really think he is. I feel like Volk is a way better wrestler than him. And we've seen Volk, like, do well against Islam with takedowns and really, really, really high-level wrestlers. So that's why I think it could be a mistake, because if Diego goes out and wrestles like the first 2 rounds and is failing the takedowns, he's going to put himself in a big hole for the rest of the fight, So we'll see what type of game plan he comes out with. But what do you think about this whole Volk energy where he's talking about he's going to sit in the pocket more in this fight and try to get the finish? You think that's just him talking, or do you think he's really going to try to,
I'm
throw
kind
more
of I'm kind of buying into it. I was gonna say, I kind of like Volk knockout. I know we haven't really seen him knock someone out, especially knock him out cold. He had that TKO over a Korean Zombie, and he's not
Yeah.
really someone who knocks people out. But I don't know. I think Diego's going to come really hard. I think Diego is going to be willing to get knocked out or get a knockout. So I can definitely see that. He did also, I forgot, knockout Yair. But like I said, that was more like TKO. So I I, I don't hate that bet at all. I think that's sneaky.
Yeah. There's one plus 500 right there. That's not a bad number either at all for that play. So yeah, especially with Diego too. With when you're looking at the last fight with Gene Silva, even though he won that fight, I mean, he took a lot of damage in that one too. So who knows how he's going to come back? Volk hasn't fought since their last fight either. So, but yeah, I'm going to roll with Volk as well. I think that he's going to get the job done in the main event here. So yeah, man. You got any kind of main plays you're going to be doing tomorrow or anything like that?
Yeah, I like the fight goes to decision. I like BSD. Those will in the fight goes to decision. Rufi Fiziev and BSD. That'll be a 2-team parlay. Obviously, Sal killed knockout, um, and Oban Elliott. And yeah, those are going to be the main plays.
Yeah, and I'll say I think I'm going to end up putting a bet on Oban as well shortly after we finish this one, and I got a bet on Offley. So I think Offley is going to get the win. We'll see if that ends up being a good or bad read. So the other one that I think we both like is the Elikana submission. So it's plus money. I think that he could get that job done. So yeah, and then the long shot play I kind of got is a Brunage round 1 KO. So we'll see if that one comes through. That'd be pretty sick. So yeah, guys, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks Fitz for joining for another one. We're gonna be hopefully staying hot for this card, man. And yeah, guys, everyone have fun watching the fights tomorrow. Peace out.
Thanks, guys. Like, subscribe.